1. We are live. Good morning, Facebookers. Good morning, Instagram. It's a Monday. It is Monday the 15th. Now, this is a very interesting day because apparently, so they say, whoever they are, I don't actually know who they are. And if you know who they are, perhaps you could tell me because I'm looking for them, because I think they have got a lot to answer for, don't you? Because we often believe what they say, whoever they are. Like, they say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Is it really? Is it? My wife says it is. So, okay, it must be, because that's the other person. If she says something, then it must be true, right? So good morning, everyone. Tell me one word to describe how you are feeling right now. I think we've got someone feeling a little bit tired just over there, just in front of me. But everyone else, how are you feeling right now? Give us one word to describe how you're feeling. We really appreciate you being here. It's almost 7 o'clock in the morning, so we will get started and get stuck into this content. Feel free to share this. We love it when our members just kind of go out of their way to click a couple of buttons and share this on their timeline, because you don't know who's going to see this, and you don't know what impact this information is going to have on someone's life. In fact, we have countless stories of people who have shared this content. Other people have just found it on someone else's feed and got plugged in, perhaps a little skeptical to start off with, but once they realized that I was kosher, I mean kosher in the, not the literal sense, but kosher in the terms of what I'm saying is here to help and inspire people just like you to be the very, very best that you can be. So I'm talking today about a couple of really important things, but I'm really aiming what I'm saying at our elite members. You see, the heart of My365 is My365 Elite, who are people who are plugging in every day to really go to work on who they are as a person. So good morning, everyone, but specifically good morning to all of our elite members, because for the next 3 weeks, we are delving into the My365 Elite Masterclass that is Best Year Yet. So I would really encourage you to immerse yourself in this activity and in this masterclass. And you'll see on the right of your screen, I think, that the My365 graduate program, which is you can work with us for 365 days, or you could just work for us for 30 days as you go through one of our masterclasses. So this masterclass for the next few weeks is all about Best Year Yet. You need to log into the back office, your membership site that all of our, that's another business, that's all of our elite members have. And you'll see that what you need to do is go through this complete masterclass so that you can graduate. There are some specific things that everyone needs to do, because what My365 is about, I believe it's the most unique coaching experience in the world for 3 reasons. One reason is you're getting information. World-class information, and some of which I'm going to be sharing with you today. You've also got a community of incredibly positive people that, just like you, also want to be more, achieve more, grow and develop. But you also have access to incredible masterclasses, and that's what you can see here. So what we want all of our members to do is to go through all of this content, but it's all about the application of knowledge. And at the end, you have the opportunity to mark as complete, go to the end, and you will graduate and you'll get a certificate showing that you have completed this. But it's not just about the completion, it's about application. So many people know what the right thing to do is, but just because we know the right thing to do, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to do it. Does this make sense to everyone? Lots of people know, but very few people do. And for me, My365 is all about activating the doer in you. And by the way, if you are an elite member and you're going to go through this and you want to graduate in Best Year Yet, you need to keep a journal. This is a key part of it, whether it's you use our journal, which I believe is the best journal in the world, but obviously I would, because it's something that, I use every single day, and it's been designed to help you bring everything to life. So whether you're using this or whether you're using your own journal to graduate from the Best Year Yet masterclass, you need to journal. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'll take some questions from everyone in the end. But let's get stuck into some content. So you'll probably see that I called the title of this broadcast this morning, how basically to give up on your 2018 goals, because this is a date, according to Forbes magazine, that on the 15th of January is the day where most people that's it. They've already given up. That's it. They've already decided the ideas that they had have just gone for whatever reason. So maybe you have some ideas. Maybe you even personally, you've started working on something. You had an idea at the new year, but you've not stuck to it for whatever reason. What reasons? You see, there are many reasons. One is maybe it got difficult. You got bored. You weren't getting the results that you wanted. Something happened that was a bit unexpected. But this is the day where apparently the majority of people who did want to achieve something is now not going to happen. And for you, everyone is different. But history definitely has a pattern of repeating itself. But what seems to stop history from repeating itself is when people really, really, really want to change because they have a massive need to change. So we've spoken about this before, but again, I'm going to ask you again, what is wildly important to you this year? What is the most important thing? And if some people find this a little bit challenging, and by the way, our elite members, you will see the goal setting workshop that we've had over 8,000 people do that we put out. It's on YouTube. It's in the members area. I would encourage you to go through that again this week. And you might say, well, Pete, I've already been through it once, and it doesn't. Listen, if you want to bring ideas to life, it's the constant reinforcement of becoming more aware. So what is the most wildly important thing to you this year? And I think it is important to have one thing. If you focus on too many things, it's like if you got that one thing nailed down, that lots of other things will fall into place. And in our goal setting workshop, we ask you to think of 3 main areas in your life. You've probably heard of these main areas. And this week and next week, elite members, I'm going to really show you how to bring to life what you're doing in a way that maybe you've never even thought of. But there are 3 categories that we believe that are the most important. And the first one is wellness. Wellness. The second one is home. And the third one is your work and service. So let's just think about what's wildly important. You might have heard me say this before, but it doesn't matter, because as a coach, you have to constantly remind people sometimes of really what is important. And my coach used to do that with me all the time. It's like, you've got to take care of Pete for Pete's sake. And it's interesting because I've got such an important day. We've got a massive day happening, which I'm so excited about. A couple of things which are going on today, which I'm not going to tell you about today. I'll tell you about tomorrow. But they're just a couple of huge, big meetings for us. And I'm so excited about that. So I can't remember what I was saying now. Who remembers where I was? What was I saying? Let me just take a sip of my coffee. You see, it's okay to get lost. It's okay to make mistakes. Oh, yeah. The 3 categories. So what are they? Wellness. Without wellness, it's very hard for you to be good with your family, and it's very hard for your friends, and the same with work. So we are going to be looking at the fundamentals this week and next week. It's a massive part of this masterclass. We call it the Magnificent 7 to your health, which is eat right, drink right, think right, move right, talk right, sleep right, poo or poop, as they say in America. So we're going to be looking at that. But the first thing I want you to think about is those 3 areas. And in 1 year's time, ask yourself, who do you want to become? In 1 year, who do you want to become? See, one of the reasons this is such an exceptional opportunity is I'm going to be here every day at 7 o'clock. For our elite members, all you got to do is just turn up. That's one of the hardest things to do. Just turn up. And you might find that just by turning up, that you get consistent. And you might think, you know what, this year, my number 1 goal is to be consistent with just showing up, consistent with going to work on myself. And then you want to ask yourself, who are you committed to becoming? So me, with my wellness, in 1 year's time, I want to be healthier than ever. I want to be more flexible. I want everything just to be better than it is. Now, who? That's the who. The what. Now, what do I want to be able to be? I want to be able to do more. I want to have more energy. I want to be able to go deeper into my meditations that I do. And by the way, there is a meditation for Best Year Yet, and you need to download that and get involved. I know some of you love our priming meditation, but the meditation for this month is Best Year Yet. Check it out. Now, the why of why in 1 year's time do I want to be healthier? Well, I want to be a better example to all of you, and I want to be a better example to myself. I am the leader who I want to follow, and that's my goal. We will be spending a whole month on personal leadership this year as well. Wouldn't that be exciting that you wake up in the morning and you go, I want to follow that guy or that girl? That's what we're going to be working on with you. So the bigger the why, the bigger the drive you'll have to take action. Does this make sense? And by the way, if you want to fail and this is give up today, then just don't do any of the stuff that I'm saying right now. And then the last part of it is the how. How are you going to do this? And part of the how is showing up every single day and becoming consistent. And this is where, as you probably know, a lot of people struggle. And let me tell you something deeply profound. It could be a big light bulb moment for all of you. If you want to be consistent with something, be consistent with the time that you do it. So for me, it's pretty much 4 o'clock in the morning every morning. Now, I don't expect you to do that, especially if you don't go to bed until 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. But I'm very consistent with that. And for me, that's the number one thing, that if I do that, I've got a chance to get done what I need to do. Because if I don't do that, then I just become a victim to things I've done in the past. We spoke a lot about this last week, about all of our weaknesses that all of us have, our kryptonite. But what our kryptonite is rather than giving us this big crystal that Superman is given, which weakens his power, it's more like kryptonite dust. The kryptonite has been shaved down. So there's this little dust that's everywhere that we go, that the kryptonite dust on your computer, on your phone, in the fridge, that is your temptation for you to go to where you don't want to go. If you get consistent on getting stronger, then you have a chance to be better with the decisions that you make each and every single day. So I encourage you once again, and to show up and share, especially our elite members. If you're not a member, we still have a private Facebook page that many of you are in. Still show up and share. What's your wildly important thing? Where do you want to be in a year's time with your wellness, with your home, and your work and service? Really important. Now, who's ready for something hugely fundamental? I think it's way too early in the morning for what I'm about to say for some of you. In fact, it's ridiculously early in the morning because some of you are watching this in America. I can't believe what happened to the people in Hawaii. Maybe Marty, who was one of and Melissa, our members in Hawaii, of getting a message saying that a nuclear strike was going to happen in the next 20 minutes or something. Can you imagine if that happened? It was actually all a mistake, but people were just freaking out. Now, I don't want to freak you out, but let me ask you a really, really powerful question. And great numbers on here this morning. We really, once again, we really appreciate all of you. Tell me some hearts if you're with me on this one. If you haven't shared this, let's see if we can get 70 people to share this broadcast this morning. So this is it. This is really profound thing I'm going to say to you, right? And I just want a yes or no. Where is it? Here it is. Are you closer to where you want to be than you were 30 minutes ago? Okay. Are you closer to where you want to be than you were 30 minutes ago? Now, where do you want to be with your goal, with your wellness, your home, and your work and service? So for me, my home, I want to be husband of the year. I got a lot of work to do, right? A lot of work to do to be husband of the year. And there's only one person that can give me that award, and that's my wife, right? So am I closer to that than I was 30 minutes ago? Yeah, absolutely, because I bought my wife up a cup of coffee. So I'm closer to that because that's something I know that she really appreciates. So it's such I'd write this down and write down today, because I promise you this, if the reason people give up today on their goals and their dreams, and whether it's the 15th of January, every day I think we're giving up on our goals and dreams. And again, I'm going to say something which I believe is so profound, it's going to knock some of your socks off a little bit. But just imagine if you kept asking yourself that question, am I closer to where I want to be? And most people don't know where they want to be, so they never ask themselves that question. They just know where they don't want to be. And because they know where they don't want to be, they keep making decisions to help them not be where they want to be, but they don't go anywhere. And that, to me, is when a part of us is dying. And this is where, you go and read my post on Instagram this morning. And I spoke about this last week about a Nobel Prize winner twice in 1937, I believe, talked about this thing called syntropy, which is all about every living cell in the universe wants to express itself to its best of its ability, to perfect itself. I mean, there's nothing is perfected, but we can get close to perfection. You know, a flower that blooms forever would be perfect, but it doesn't. It just blooms for a bit, and its sole purpose is to bloom. And that's the same for us. And the word, and I didn't know this, it was deeply fascinating to me through my own, because I have to learn, I have to grow. And then I'm so privileged to serve you and to come up here and to share this with you. But look, again, this is pretty early for some of you to get your head around this. But think about this. Once upon a time, there was no time. Think about it. There was no time. Time is an invention of man, right? We invented it. You know, pigeons don't go, oh, what time is it? You know, oh, it's, you know, it's time to go and, you know, well, that's what chickens do, right? Pigeons make different noises, right? But can you get what I'm saying? That we invented time. So before time, there was and there is change, right? That's all there was, just change. Things change. And the word change, part of its old meaning is from the old English word called cambion, which is to become. So it's about becoming. And if we're not becoming something, then we are either stagnating or we are dying. And this is why I believe, I might be wrong, but for a lot of people, they're not becoming. They are stuck. You know, and when problems come and things happen in our lives that we don't want them to have happen, that is when we're not growing. And maybe these experiences are there to teach us to get stronger. Because when we're challenged, I believe we can grow. And my challenge to everyone that watches this is no matter what happens this year, because tough stuff is bound to happen, is keep showing up. Keep showing the world who you are becoming. Isn't that deeply powerful? Isn't that one of the most impactful things that you've ever heard in your entire life? Life is about becoming. And I believe if you're just stagnating and you're just not growing and developing yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, however you want to develop yourself, there is a part of you inside that is not able to express itself in the way that part of you wants to express itself. And that is where guilt, worry, doubt, frustration, depression, that's where it exists in human beings. It exists in all of us, but it exists more in us when we allow it to, and we don't decide to go for being the very best that we can be. So what is your biggest takeaway from what I've just said? I know it might seem a little full on for this time in the morning, but hey, this is important stuff. Your life matters. And I believe you make a massive, massive difference to this world. You know, I say this a lot, but I believe in you probably more than you believe in yourself. That's what my coach did. My coach saw the greatness in me where I didn't see it in me. I saw fault in myself, you know, which we all have. But the time has come for us to shine. I appreciate everyone being here. Does anyone have anything they'd like to share with us right now? I know there's a lot of you making comments. I'd love to know all of you. What's your biggest takeaway? You can say it here right now if you want to, but I think it's probably best that you make a post about it. Who's committed, our elite members, to going through the masterclass? Who is committed to journaling, going through it and get that certificate? Boom, you've got that certificate in 3 weeks. Then we move on to wellness. You go through that for a month. Boom. And after a year or even 10 months, you've graduated. Some of you have already graduated from the last masterclass, Upgrade Your Life. This is about you getting to a point where you've graduated because you know, but more importantly, you apply. Knowledge doesn't mean anything without the application of knowledge. That's where power comes in. That's where willpower comes in. So I really hope this makes sense to everyone and you've enjoyed this morning. Go and change the world. Some food for thought. And who's enjoyed this broadcast? Show me some heart. Show me some love. If you're watching this on the replay, Hannah's enjoyed the broadcast as well, even though it's absolutely peeing it down here in London town. We're going to be here. If you want to, good, that's great. Commit those masterclasses. If you want to find out about My 365 Elite, go and click on the link in the post here and see for yourself what it is in more detail. As I've said, and I will keep saying it, it is the best opportunity in the world. There is no better opportunity than this. As much as I love people like, who's a great coach? Tony Robbins, unbelievable. He's not doing this. You can go and do your date with destiny with him, but you're going to spend 3 or 4 days with him. With me, you get me every single day, 5 days a week, and you get access to our master classes. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. The application, not just the knowledge of your greatness. It's great to have you, Vanessa Noble. I know now you've just become an elite member. You know, find the time every day. We've gone on for 20 minutes, which I believe is way long enough. But before we go, I've got to say goodbye to our Instagrammers. Follow me on Instagram, Pete Cohen _. Follow me on Instagram. Why? Because it's a lot of fun. Have a great day. And we will see you soon. Let me end this as I'm just going to make a 1-minute summary on here, and then we can go about our days. Are you ready? Let's get ready. Let's get ready to rumble. Good morning, everyone. This is day 1. So today our broadcast has been all about how you can give up on your goals and your dreams today, because that's what most people actually do. Did you know that? This is the day, the 15th of January, and I'm asking you to take a step back and ask yourself a simple question. Do you want to go above and beyond what you've ever done before? If you do, understand this. Once upon a time, there was no time. Time is an invention of man. And as Aristotle, that's what Aristotle was saying, that we need to change, because change is the only constant thing. And the word change comes from the old English word, which is cambion, which means to become. So we all need to become something more than we are today, for all of us to realize the potential that we have. So who do you want to become? And right now, are you closer to where you want to be than 30 minutes ago? See you soon. Much love. That was a bit of waffle there, wasn't it? But hey, nothing like a little bit of waffle. What do you want for breakfast? Eggies. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll see you, elite members. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day.